I will kindly invite now Sudhivya. She is a startup success leader for us and work with us closely. Sudhivya, over to you.
Thanks, Kapil. So I hope there was a lot to learn from these startups. We have a few more startups lined up for you. So a lot more learnings coming your way. And all of these are AI startups. So they'll talk about what they do as a business, what their AI use cases are, and how they're solving for those use cases, right? So with pleasure, I'm inviting Karan, who's the co-founder and CEO at Auditflow. I also have Rajesh, who's the co-founder and CTO at Assert AI. And we also have Banu, who's also the co-founder and CEO at Living Things AI, right? I've done your introduction, but I don't think I've done justice to it. So why don't we start with your introduction, then I'll do mine. But let's start with what you do in your company, a little bit of your profile, and how did the company start?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Madhusudan Naik, founder of Living Things. So we help enterprises to go net zero to our energy management platform. So primarily our target audience are FM companies, system integrators who has got more than 1,000 plus facilities across India, and we help them to manage energy. So that's where our target audience is. So we have got a platform where we do utility bill analytics. So we work with 85 plus discoms in the background with different language coming into the play. Okay, so it's pure document AI, what we're trying to implement over here. And then we help them with insights of power factor penalties, maximum demand penalties. And third most important thing is that what they do, like what are the insights they have to do on a per facility level. Suppose if a customer is based out of Bombay, he has to check something at Bihar or something at Shillong. So our platform gives them some real-time insight on how they can reduce their cost, as well as we also help them a crucial role in filing them the BRSR reporting, where we help them to do what's their carbon footprint, and that's also part of their reasonable assurance. This is what we do. So we are a Cyanide Bombay incubated company. And
That's great. That's a great use case as well. So over to you, Rajesh.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rajesh. I'm the CTO of Assert AI. We are a vision AI company. So, in a nutshell, what we do is CCTVs are something which are available everywhere. We use CCTV feeds, put our AI models on top of it, and create business insights for our customers. We operate in a B2B space, and we target majorly warehousing, productivity, safety, these kind of use cases for the biggest companies of India. Our product has been like, we do AI in two ways. One is the custom AI platform which we give to our customers, where the customers come to us with their requirements of what use cases they are looking forward to implement in their organization. We make it for them and we deploy it for them. And there's another platform which we have recently launched as well. It's called Pratham, which is customer centric. So it allows users, it's in beta right now. Any one of you can go ahead, log in, and you will be able to experience the AI use cases in the same segment, warehouse safety, on the CCTV feeds which you have from your organization as well. So it's more to give experience to customers, but our primary bread and butter is the customized AI which we do for our B2B segment.
Hello everyone, I'm Karan. I've been a serial entrepreneur. This is my fourth startup. I started my first company in 2017. We've primarily done tech, but in different domains like ERP, e-commerce, machine learning for media, AI, and right now we are building Auditflow. So Auditflow happened because of a service engagement with one of our customers. Back in the day, we were bootstrapping, so we had a parallel service vertical. So we had Hitachi Payment Services as one of our customers. So they are in the business of maintaining ATMs in about 30 states in India. It's a very huge operation with about 6,000 people on the ground. They maintain about 100,000 ATMs. So for them to manage this operation was a nightmare. So they wanted to build a platform in which they could first design a checklist that would be filled during an inspection. Second, it would be scheduled at a frequency. So let's say you want people to visit an ATM once a week, that would be scheduled. Third is, as a result of the output, that is the inspection that is being conducted, based on certain responses, you would want certain actions to trigger. For example, let's say in an ATM, if the AC is not working, there should be an action that the AC is not working. It should, be assigned to somebody who's responsible for that. So all of that we kind of built for them. Subsequently, we also sold this to State Bank of India for their POS maintenance operations. So we thought this is really something huge and we should look at a SaaS product. So 2 years back, we started this company, Audit Flow. So we rewrote the entire product, and obviously we also started exploring other competitor apps, which we, by the way, found to be almost 80% similar to what we had built without looking at anything. So we knew that, we'd kind of already done the PMF with these couple of customers, so we knew there is an opportunity. But then we thought we'll build it and we'll start exploring. And when we started exploring, this is such a broad application that it has application in about 28 industries. That was the initial list we had. Finally, we boiled down to about 2 or 3. So we went through the entire phase of, pitching to different customers in different areas, and finally we ended up following the money. So wherever we felt that customers are willing to pay more, there's a pressing need. That is where we kind of started focusing on. In Audit Flow, the AI aspect comes as a result of being able to analyze the data. So now there is a humongous amount of data that is being captured. If I just give you an example of Hitachi, there are about 100 million images that have been captured till date, 7 million audits, right? So they do almost 30,000 audits a day now. So for them to actually review every audit or every inspection, go through all the images is practically impossible. They would need a huge team. So that is where the need for AI came into picture. And when we looked at other competitor applications, we realized that nobody is doing AI. It's because AI is fairly new, right? So we are actually the first company to have an LLM in place where you can actually converse with your data. You can ask questions. For example, if it is a safety use case, you can ask a question that, show me all the cases where the fire extinguisher was expired. It will just show you all those cases. So it looks into images, it looks into text, so all of that is kind of being solved using AI. So yeah, that's a little bit about what we do.
Great, thanks. So thanks for the introduction. I'll go next. I am Sudivya. I lead the startup success motion at Google Cloud, which means that if you are a startup and thinking about getting started with Google, my team is the one that you work with. And especially if you want to leverage the Google for Startups program that we have, then we are the ones, again, that you work with. So, interestingly, all the startups that we're talking to right now are B2B space, right? And as a startup, it's very difficult to break into B2B space. So maybe let's deep dive on that, and we'll start with you. You have a very unique use case. So how do you go about finding that product market fit? What's your approach? How do you know how to, take it further from once your approach, and then how you identify and take it forward?
So initially, as a company, we started with cooling management platform. Okay, so Living Things is known for energy management in BFSI particularly. So in cooling management was the point, and the touch points where we were interacting there was either CFO or the CEO. So this was the major touch points. But when we started asking them for electricity bills over there, so to validate our savings, our value prop in the first product, so no one had that. Okay, so we understood the pain points from the customers and then later on, if they had also, even though they were not aware what kind of budget they had initially on the ground itself. So this were the 2-3 key pain points. So we were more focusing on not to build the tech first. Okay, this time we were a bit smarter. Okay, so we thought we'll much hear about what the consumer is saying, the customer who are ready. So it's like this. We were very lucky that we had a first client that he wanted to do his entire BRSR reporting for almost 2,000 facilities monthly. So we had an opportunity to get 18,000 bills in one go and different discounts. So we thought this crazy. And then when we went deeper into it, their almost penalty was 3% of their entire electricity bill. That was 120 crore electricity bill. So there we found the opportunity was really crazy for us to go deep dive. And after that also, this was just foot in the door for us. Yeah. And later on, that's where the initial, you can say, early evangelists trusted us. Now we have moved from 2,000 to 20,000 per month scan, which is happening right now on our platform. And later on we have, so the roadmap is deep, like we want to implement the AI currently into energy management. This is what we entered, but focusedly we had subject matter expert in the background, they trusted us. So this was actually a real time moment. The customer had already had some kind of interaction with us, but now we are still away from the actual PMF, what our investor says. Okay, but but we are fairly doing good in terms of our MRR right now, and hopefully like in terms of utility bill management, this is very new for most of our facilities, and then energy auditors, like they are using it extensively on our platform. So we are building for three stakeholders over here. Primarily first, the facility managers over there, the ESG people, the second, the BRSR team, and third important thing over is that for the auditors, like who wants to actually do it for different facilities also. This is where we went with multiple steps, but it got validated crazy in the first step itself. Yeah.
So your user data and research led you the other way. You started with cooling management and
Yes.
you turned to energy management. Then.
Tend to energy
Yeah,
management.
that's
So this,
interesting.
yes, so that's something like that the right time pivot helped us to, and we were already there. Like if you ask us like which energy managers is particular BFSI, so almost we are building it from 2019 right now.
Mhm.
From 2019 to 2022, we were just a plain cooling management platform, but we took the right step at the right time. Like when this AI node company, and like I had good engineers, like hopefully I had people from good partnership like over there. So that's something that all came in, and then we implemented entirely, and then we had a new market opened up, and that's how we grew like almost 4x in revenue. after
That's
that.
great.
Yeah.
So it's never
Yeah.
too late to pivot if you feel
Yeah.
like the data is leading you the other way.
Yeah.
We'll take Q&A after the study. Yeah. So my question to you, we were talking about this previously, right? That as a startup, you acquired some really large manufacturing and logistics companies, right? How do you break into these accounts? What's your approach? How do you leverage whatever network you have? How do you break into these accounts and get started with them? And maybe a few customer names if you're okay sharing.
Yeah, sure. I'm 25, but my co-founders are 45 in that range. So they bring a lot of experience in terms of they bring a lot of connections beforehand. Like we are a 7-year-old startup broadly, but before that even my co-founders had relations, they had understanding, they had a lot of connections between different different senior positions of different organizations. We started understanding from them because it was easy to connect. I think it's easy for anyone to connect, even over LinkedIn or some platform. You can speak out to the senior people. We started to connect with them and we started to understand what are the key problems. Is Vision AI going to be something which is useful to them? Can they use it? If they are going to use it, what are the things they want us to solve? Right? Because we did not have a MVP or anything in the beginning. We wanted to understand customers and see from there what we can achieve. Today we have ITC, we have Aria Collateral, we have Parek, we are starting with IKEA as well. All of this has come from interactions with the customer. So it's like we hit first and we try to reach out to them. We see what are the use cases they would find interesting. Luckily, Vision AI is a very gold-rated category for us. Like everyone is looking for AI in their business, so it becomes very easy. And even the CIO, VPs, they get very excited that, "Acha batao kya kar sakte hain? How we can solve it?" We started making things from there, and so Assert AI particularly is not like we have made a software and we sell it to 100 customers. It's like we have a software for one customer, and we want that customer to use that software for 10 other locations that they have, right? So for us, customer is very important in that segment as well. And Firbo mouth of word also helps a lot, that one plant head is going to talk to the another plant head. They are going to talk further and we get the testimonials as well. So I remember like the first customer we had was Aria Collateral. They have small warehouses, where they keep this Bihar UP side ke grains and all. They provide finance on top of that to the farmers. So when that project came to us, it was one warehouse, and they came with simple pilferage, stock analytics kind of use cases. We started with that, and they liked it so much that after that they have been able to scale up even more than that, right? So now they go to banks and they say that, hey, our entire warehouse is so secure that why don't you also lend us money so that we can help farmers in that category. From there we started, we used that testimonial to speak to more people, show them the results, and always try to segment your users. Like if you know that this user is serving in this category, try to find out its competitors, try to see how you can interact with them, what are the use cases they will get benefited from. learn from them, and probably you can help your first customer as well with the same stuff. And we have built a chain in that way, and that's how we have grown.
Got it. So sort of your co-founders should be complementary skill set, leverage your network, build on customer testimonials, use them at references as a good starting point, right? Yeah, great. You spoke about your company, and this is a very wide use case with data. And you spoke about we started with 13 and then filtered it down to 3 or 4 verticals. I think that's another issue that a lot of startups struggle with when they are building their startup initial days, that which are the industries that they should target right now, and what are the use cases in those industries that they should go for. So what was your kind of process to drill down into what should be your way forward?
Yeah, so when we first started, there was a list of about 28 use cases, right from construction to hospitality to hospitals to schools to facility management companies, retail, etc. So there were like so many use. We in fact even work for governments, 2 governments. Telangana state is using our platform. Bangalore police is using our platform. So we at some point we realized that this is going too broad. It is very important as a part of the GTM process that the team focuses on 1 or 2 most pressing use cases. Right? And we realized over time that we had to chase a lot of customers in different areas. So, I mean, those are not the right use cases, right? The customer should chase you that they need this product. So we found 2 use cases which were very, very relevant, and the customer was willing to pay for it. One is compliance and regulatory. Everybody is scared of regulatory. If you reach out to larger companies in the HSE team, health safety environment, or ESG, or food safety, those are the kind of use cases where there are many regulations. So people are willing to pay money for it to ensure that all compliances are done, all inspections are done on time, all actions resulting as a result of the inspections are taken care of, and so on. So that is one area. And second is certain businesses where the need is a core business need. For example, if you talk about retail, it's all about visual merchandising, and customers, when they come to the store, they should feel good about it and they should buy and so on, right? So the store should be in a good condition. The staff should have should be wearing proper uniform. They should be present at the store. So people are using it within retail for attendance, for store opening, store closing, visual merchandising, equipment maintenance, and so on. So these are, I believe, the 2 areas. And obviously even facility management, this is a very core use case because you have so many people. So facility management, security, hospitality, this is also a very core use case. So where customers will chase you because they want this platform. And whenever we go and pitch to a customer, we find that they are already using a platform, one of our existing competitors, or they are doing it on Google Sheets or Excel, or sending pics through WhatsApp and so on. So any company that wants to improve their operation process, they would want to kind of go into something like audit flow. So this was our process of finding out. It almost took us about a year to figure out, and we had built an MVP to start off with. We went with the MVP, we gave demos to customers, even kind of did POCs and so on. And finally, with customer feedback and by chasing these 2 areas, we kind of built our final product, which is live in the market right now. Many customers are using it. Then we thought of since we've selected these 2 use cases, let us try and explore different geographies, because good thing about an operation software is that it is global. There's no financial stuff or taxation stuff in it. So we started exploring other regions. So we have customers in Europe, in Sri Lanka, and we're just setting up something in Saudi Arabia as well. So yeah, that's the approach that we've had in terms of the entire GTM.
So focus on where the money is and where the customer needs are, right? Great. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to talk about with the panel today, and I'll invite views from all 3 of you, is that AI is new in the market. So what we struggle with again is hiring, that how do we hire the right talent? The question is, do you go for a certain skill set that's there in the market and maybe not available in plenty, or you pivot your current engineers and look for certain attributes there to convert them into AI ML engineers. So for each one of you are AI companies, how has your approach been to hiring and getting AI team in-house?
Yeah, so we were lucky actually. We hired few of the engineers from one of the Google partners actually. Yeah, so we were lucky. So so we were smart enough to get the right time, the right solution architect for us. Okay, he is leading a head of data science vertical. Very recently we have took him. So he was there for 6 years in one of the Google partner companies. We have seen many use cases across inside it. So that's how Google was introduced in our company. Yeah. So that's one of the approach that you have to be smarter enough to do that.
Hire smartly.
Yeah, hire smartly. Yeah.
So our software stack is very much based on NVIDIA's AI pipeline. We haven't hired anyone from NVIDIA. So to answer your question, like what I generally do is I look for people who are good with the fundamentals. They understand the data because we serve customized vision AI software, right? So every customer, every locality, every alignment of CCTV cameras, they play a very different role.
Right.
And unless and until you have ample of data, you will not have a generalized model. So for every customer, there's a new, we have to turn back. We have to go from point one, collect the data, get the right models, check how better they're performing, and then ultimately deploy it for them as well. India being price sensitive customers, we always have to quantize our model to the finest level without compromising the accuracy as well, because we also serve in HSC productivity kind of applications. So I look for good set of people in the foundation level, and my team is very young. So I think average age of my tech team is going to be 26, 27.
I sense that's a theme in your company, is it?
Yeah. So 26, 27 is the average age. And one thing which I really look in the candidate is that is there a passion to learn more and more, because none of us know exactly how much AI is going to go from here, right? So we need to really be active. We need to keep thinking, keep adapting to new things. So that is something which is supposed to be in the person, and if that is something which is found, it's a match.
So hire for learning mindset.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in case of audit flow, our AI use case is pretty basic. We are pretty much using things off the shelf. But in one of my previous startups, Reflection AI, we had a very big computer vision team, almost 10 to 12 engineers, and on the audio side as well. So Reflection is a video intelligence platform. I remember almost for a year or so, we had about 100 interns, labeling data. This was about 3-4 years back. So our approach to hiring was, we were lucky to get the first couple of good computer vision engineers, and then they started, talking to people in their network, because they were MSc statistics from a university in Kolhapur, right? And it's a very good university. We actually got 4 or 5 good people from there. And Pune is a good place actually in terms of tech, in terms of retaining talent. People are loyal, they're hardworking. That's what I find. And very, very low churn. Almost for 2-3 years, nobody left. We kept on hiring new people. We gave them good challenges to kind of work on, cutting edge stuff. So obviously they were interested. Pay was not very high, market pay, maybe below market as well, you can say. But the experience was good. So people wanted to stay and they believed in the vision. So in terms of audit flow, what we are doing is essentially we are using an LLM off the shelf. We are using Mistral AI. We deployed that on Vertex. It's a one-click deployment. Any good Python engineer can actually do all that work. For image, we are using ImageBind. It's a model available which captions any image. And since we have to make all of this work, we are using a vector database. We're using Mongo's vector database to embed everything into vectors before being able to do this. So it's all pure engineering work. Any good engineer can do this. We have one very good engineer who's taken care of all of this. He's learned everything from scratch. He reads